Isn't that
Like, I
cool?
had no idea how much that would save me.
Space-wise?
Yeah. Pinning your tabs. It's this last week that I did. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Dang, you
But
can't
we
tell me
can
about that.
we can show you in no
Okay.
time.
Hey, hello. I think your projection is bigger than your screen.
Yes, it is.
Nice and bright.
Thank you. I guess I'll go in here. We'll do it this way. There it is.
So week 25?
Is it who?
Week 25?
It's actually 26.
Oh, for today.
Yes, it was 25.
It was 25. So if I look at it, will make sense for me.
I can show you real quick. Just let me finish this. All right, so the form is there and ready for you to complete. Susan, you see how my screen is going totally across the entire wall? See how my tabs at the top are different sizes? There's big uns and there's little uns.
You usually have a gazillion little ones.
So to take up less real estate, you can do what's called pinning. So if I come here and I right click, I can pin the tab and it goes and now it's really small. And if I want it back, I can unpin it and it becomes big. So you can either unpin, or let me go to this one. I can, from right here, I can close the tab. I don't have to actually unpin it to then close out. I can right click.
How do we right click?
Control, yeah. Command will open a new window.
How do you learn all
How do you know French and Spanish?
I don't know. No. You don't have a life, do you?
Me? Heck no. Heck no life. All right, so I've got a couple of pretty cool extensions to share with you guys today. There's actually a difference between extensions and apps. Did you know that? So extensions are installed in the browser and give you added features and abilities versus apps, which are enhanced shortcuts for you. Your extensions will show up here. Now, once you have 10 or more of these, it's going to slow down your computer. Even though it's a web-based tool, it's going to slow you down. So I've got another extension that's going to throw all these into a place and you can turn them on and off. I'll show you that in a minute. How would you like to be able to, instead of having to have your calendar pinned here, how'd you like to be able to just see it at a real quick glance? Did everybody fill in the little welcome to classroom thingy? It just takes a second. My little form.
Was there a thing about that thing where I opened up the classroom and it said something about like
That's different. Within Classroom, they have now, if you click on the little lines, the hot dogs over here, Lisa, if you click on this, you can now look at your calendar. So that I can look at all of the calendars that I have in my repertoire. And it's only going to show due dates. So if you're planning on doing an assignment, but there's not actually something for them to turn in that you've made like a Dropbox for, it's not going to show up here. Now it does say, do you want to see this in your Google Calendar? But it wants to add it as a new thing to your Google Calendar that's outside of Classroom. So it's not quite a pure marriage. And the kids, right here it says all classes. The kids can pick and choose specifically what one class. I just want to look at marketing, or I just want to look at personal finance, or they can look at all of them all together. Everybody fill out my little attendance thingy? All right. I can look at my calendar in one click and not this one click. If I just click on here, it'll give me an overview of my entire calendar for the day, for the week, and it'll just keep going till the 12th of October. So to get these things, does everybody have the apps button? Stacy?
Yes.
Okay. Susan? Do you have this, the apps button over here?
Which one?
Right here.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So go out to this is how we get to the apps web store, the Chrome web store rather, and go into web store.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because I learned this in Jackie's class today, but I didn't quite get it. What is the difference between doing it there and then doing it on like your Google page? I mean, she was saying how if you do it at different places.
Because some will show just your apps, some will show apps and extensions. And right now we want to get extensions, and that's probably not going to be under there. Okay, so what we're going to type in is Google Calendar. And once it pops up, you can click on it. And the way the Chrome store works is it gives you all the apps at the top, and then the extensions are down below. So this is an extension, it's right here. So if you want to add it, you just click over here, Add to Chrome. You're probably going to have to enable it, but it will then pop up here. So again, all you have to do is click on it once and it gives you an overview. From here, I can add a new thing to my calendar if I want.
So you really like this? You use it a lot? I mean, I don't know what the difference.
I use it to okay, wait, what am I doing today? Because I teach 6 different preps. What am I doing? Oh, look, there was GAFE training today. Oh, look, there's a faculty meeting today, long before the announcements come out, without having to actually go into a new tab, click on the waffle, go to Google Calendar, and find out what's in my calendar. So it's just kind of a really quick preview.
Okay, so let's say I put this on my little dock,
Mm-hmm.
but then I find 10 other things that I'd rather have.
I'm going to show you.
Oh, so I could delete it if I.
Don't even have to delete it, but I'm going to show you how to manage this.
All right, so I can go ahead and do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's another thing that is really cool, but in order to be able to utilize it with the students, they have to put it on theirs as well. So what I'm going to have you guys do is in the web store also. So in the web store, we're going to search for Share to Classroom. So again, it's an extension, should be right here, Share to Classroom, and add that to Chrome. Again, if you don't want it, you can delete it, or we can manage it a different way, we just turn it off. But add this one, Share to Classroom. Because what that's going to do, as soon as you guys have it on, is yours on? Okay, it's going to put a little classroom, this little classroom icon up here at the address bar. Heather, you got it? Lisa, you got it?
I got it.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this website. Now you can copy the link, go into Google Classroom, go into an assignment, add the link, and publish it. Or I can just do this. I'm going to push on this Share to Classroom. I'm going to choose my GAFE training. And from here I can, if I want, I can make an announcement or I can create a new assignment. But if I don't want to go through all of that, I can just push it to you. And on your screen right now, there should be a brand new window, brand new tab that opens up like automatically. So you don't have to do anything. So I can share this with the entire class of kids, and all they have to do is sit back and wait for it to load.
That's hold on. How does this work again? I was having to sign into Google for some
Oh, okay, so sign in, we'll do another one. So if you notice here, I can say, this is what I've pushed to my students. I've pushed this. I can also have you guys push stuff to me if I want. So nobody's pushed anything to me. Somebody pushed something to me.
Wait. Where did you get that at? So,
I don't know why. I just did this. This is the third time.
Hey, Stacy Celeste just sent me a page. So I can, as a teacher, I can choose whose I want to open and whose I don't. So here's the DMV for Pennsylvania, I guess.
Oh, I see. Wait a second. So I have to have something else open.
And there it is. To push something to me, yeah. Like if I say, okay, everybody go out and search for, I don't know, the newest way to do logarithms. I have no idea. They do a search and first one gets 3 extra credit points. Bam. They can share it to you. You can say, yep, here, let me share it with this. Or who can find a good article about this?
Okay, so we're gonna sign in.
Okay, let me do that.
It's Kansas.
Anyway. That's pretty cool.
All right, so now over here you can do the classroom. For some reason,
That is very cool.
so share to classroom.
What today's?
20.
And now you have
So let me do one more for Susan.
They come home, they can see Sundays.
Just because I know he's big right now. All right, Susan, so I've found this website. And I think this is really cool. So I want to push it. So I just click on this, and I want to push it to you guys. And in a second, it should open, without you having to do anything, it should open in a brand new tab within your window. And I can see here that I've got 2 students who have sent me sites. So I could go in and look at them if I want. Baltimore Orioles, I wonder who that was.
I could think of anything else.
Did you get it?
I did. It's cool.
Okay. So it's a nice way to get the kids all on the same page at the same time without some going, I didn't spell it right, or why isn't it showing up? Because they misspelled something or something along those lines.
Leigh, how can you learn all this?
It's just what I love.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. Stop. All right, the next one I want to talk about is, you notice how I've got like 500,000 tabs open on my screen? That's a pain in the neck. And maybe I'm in the middle of trying to pull together a new lesson. So I've got 8 or 9 tabs together for a new lesson. And school's over, I got to go manage the baseball game or football game, whatever. But you don't want to lose what you have. I can, at any time, go back and visit my history and open up, this will open up a new window with all of these tabs in it. Just like that. So I've been working on this new class of mine, Digital Citizenship with the 8th graders. I can just click on this and it'll open up a new window and it'll open up all 4 tabs for that curriculum that I've been writing. So that you don't have to like bookmark a million things. It will just do it automatically for you.
So how do you do that?
So that's another one.
I mean, does that slow down your computer though? Have
Well, if I,
Yeah.
because I now have 3 windows and the one has a lot and this has 4, it'll slow it down a little bit, but it's not going to slow it down as much as having all of these extensions. So because I've already saved it, I can just close it and it will always be there until I remove it. So you can see here it is, and the way to remove it is I would click on the minus sign. If this that I'm on, I don't know, this one right here, I could name it and then save it. So that's how I would manage this. So to do this, let's see if this will work. This is, don't go anywhere. This is called Tab Cloud, and I'm going to push it to you. Let's see if this works. So it should open up in the Chrome store in this Tab Cloud, so that if you want it, all you have to do is add it to Chrome. Did that work?
Yes, it is.
There is another one called One Tab, and what it will do, it will reduce everything down to one tab within a window. So instead of having, I don't know, 10 tabs, it'll just have one tab for the window. But then you have to open up all 10 and close all 10, but you always have to have that one tab open. I find myself using this One Cloud much more often. So I use this a lot. I can have, and it works across all devices. So that I can come back to this in 3 months and they'll still be there until I delete them. I hit that minus sign, they'll always be there, and it's across all devices. So my iPhone, my personal computer, this computer, whatever I've got this one, the Tab Cloud opened on. Another nice one to have. Hello, come on. Is the Google URL shortener. Just in case you do want to put, I'm pushing this out to you as well, just in case you do want to put something in your Google Classroom stream or in a document or something, I find especially with business English, I've got some lessons that I have links of things that I want them to go to, but I don't want to have to give them, you know, a URL this long. All this does, if I come back to this one, so this is my Google shortener. So it shortens the URL, any URL, and I can copy it and paste it, or I could get a QR code if you're into using that sort of stuff. And I can get details like how many times has it been clicked on. And this isn't going to have very many because I just did it. So far I've got 0 clicks, but you can, if you've got 18 kids and only 3 clicks on it, you know to use it in a pop quiz.
Where did you get this one? Is this one you searched in the store?
Did I just push it out to you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's the end of the day.
That's okay. So if you want that, that's the Google shortener. Again, I'll show you in just a minute how to turn them on and off. Have you ever found yourself with Classroom open and you're trying to grade the kids' things and you're going back and forth between the tabs and so forth? I'm not going to go into it, but I will share this with you guys in a minute. But tab scissors will take those 2 tabs in one window and evenly put them into 2 separate windows. So that's the scissors, and then tab glue. So here's the scissors, we'll split it. The tab glue, we'll put them back into one window if you want it. But like I said, I will share that with you in a minute. This is what I want to share with you right now. This is called Extensity. Let me push this. So while this is pushing, I'm so pushy today. You can see I've got a bunch of tabs here. Lisa, this is for you. I've got a bunch of extensions rather here. With Extensity, I can choose which I want to have active, turned on, or which I want to go to sleep. So like I've got Pinterest over here. I don't need Pinterest, so I'm going to turn it down, turn it off. So it's still here, but it disappeared off up here. I'm not using MoveNote right now. I'm not using OneTab. I'm not using the QR reader. So you can minimize how many of these are actually active. I'm not using Hangouts. I'm not using Evernote. And you can minimize, turn them off. And then if I want to turn it back on again, so like here's Bitly that I didn't have on earlier. I push on that and it's turned back on again and available right up here.
So it maintains
If I want.
the list.
Yes. It's like flipping on a light switch. All your rooms are still in your house. You're just, the lights are on, the lights are off. You're in them, you're not in them. So that's extensity.
I still don't understand what is the difference between an app and a website.
Okay. Out of Google Chrome, I read this. Chrome extensions are installed in the browser. So they're installed right here
Right.
in the browser. And they give you added features and abilities to customize your browsers. They can save you huge amounts of time, like the Pinterest extension.
Okay.
It's there. I find something I like, I click on the button, and it automatically saves it. And I can tell it which board within Pinterest, my Pinterest account, to save it to. I don't have to go out and open it and do all the manual stuff. As opposed to an app, which are enhanced shortcuts that optimize the website or the app within the browser. For example, Google Drive is a web app that runs in Google Chrome so that you can find all your documents. You don't have to go into Google Docs or into Google Sheets to find the specific document.
And they're actually things you can do, like the notes and stuff. So
The app will get you, it's like a shortcut to get you to the notes or to get you to Google Notes. Is that what she's been using?
I can't remember what it's called, but
There's a lot of them.
notes. I think it was actually notes. So maybe it is Google Notes. Yeah.
Since Stacy's here, let me share this one with you, which is kind of cool. This is called Read and Write. You can decide, I'm going to push it to you, but you can decide if you want it or not. And once it's pushed, I'll show you what it does. Okay, so it was pushed. So I'm here on this website. See this purple puzzle piece up here? This means that Read and Write can utilize this. So if I click on Read and Write, I get this new web bar. So if I highlight, this is great for kids with learning disabilities, ELL kids, kids who are learning a new language. So I'm going to just highlight, give me this, and I can click on play.
Celebrated Mass with hundreds of thousands in the streets of the city of brotherly love. On Sunday, closing his historic six-day visit to the U.S. where he drew big and enthusiastic crowds wherever he went.
Great. I'm an ELL student. I don't know what enthusiastic means. I highlight this, the word, and I come up to these swatch arrows, which is my translator, and it gives me an automatic translation. I chose Spanish. Are those all Spanish, Susan?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wonder if sharing this about
I don't know. So, I mean, there's other, these grayed out options are because these are part of the premium, but you can play, pause, stop. This was hover speech, and this is prediction.
So would this work if I pulled up something in French?
As long as the site that you go to has this purple puzzle piece, it will. And I can, here it is, the gear, you can specify what language you want. Now I had my speech on medium, you can slow it down if you want. And here's my translations. French is on there. Now you're probably going to have to authorize it. I think if I'm remembering right, I had to give her permission. There are highlighting some of those premium features. You can highlight text and all sorts of things. Now, instead of, right now, when Mrs. McCandless goes into the app store, she probably has to go to a new tab, and then she hits that waffle. Does she do one of these things?
Well, she was saying, some of the kids were having problems finding things that they thought that they had enabled. And Jackie was saying, well, maybe they had went through it that way versus going through it on, and I was like, well, what's the difference?
Well,
Why would it matter?
sometimes they give you different ways, and sometimes things will save, and sometimes they won't.
Yeah, so I just was confused about what the difference was.
Okay.
I thought that we might.
Well,
Yeah,
there.
why isn't it showing up? I'm not showing up.
I'm going to share my document with you guys.
I know, but it says I have it, but where is it?
It'll show up. It won't show up here.
Oh,
Only when you go to a site like, and this will work with Google Docs presentations. So if you were to open up one of your Google Docs that you've already made, you should get this purple puzzle piece
oh, so you don't.
literally in the address bar.
Oh, so I just went to Google page and it's there. So I guess it's once it's enabled
Once
on
it's
here,
enabled, if it's a page, if it's a website, if it's a
This
document
means
that it can read, it'll show up. If it can't read it, you don't get the purple puzzle piece. This thing, Stacy, that I think
Why
Mrs.
is mine saying the server encountered an error?
I don't know.
I've been getting that a lot lately. I don't know what's going on with it.
I don't know
I
if
just keep saying reload.
the kids have been getting the whole restart a lot. This right here, I can also get right here without having to open up a brand new tab. And it's gonna lie. It's gonna make a liar out of me. There it is. So I can get all of my apps without having to open up a new tab. So that last one was this apps launcher, but I'm gonna put this document, I'm gonna push it into the classroom. I'm not gonna just push it to you. Or maybe I'll just put it in there. Because the scissors and the glue, I did not push to you guys, but it's on this document. Finish opening.
Gosh.
I will come over and look at it in just 1 second, Lisa. Yep. Well, I'm basically done.
I have to get that Lisa, so
I have to practice this so I can use it.
super neat. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That was my best 15 minutes I spent in a while. Started learning something.
Glad we could be of assistance.
Oh, boy. Yes, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you look at this.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, you too. Lisa, you have it for
It's so
me?
dark.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
So I'm going to give you the full agenda beyond just because with the full agenda, I have little descriptions of what
Oh.
they do.
Okay.
Just in case you go, what is this? What is
Yeah, I did end up downloading them all, but, so yeah, I just went into Google Docs.
So here, you want to turn off, just click on this.
Yep.
Like turn off the
Already
short
did.
there. It's still here, so just click on that. And the shortener will go away.
Ah.
So you can click off all of these, and then when you want to go back to them, you just go back here.
Yeah,
and
right
click
there.
off. Okay, so what the heck is going on? I don't have access. No documents. Here, it's close. So you've already got the context.
Yeah, you know how this one goes.
So let's try this. It's like it's trying and it's almost like it's supposed to be in memory.
We had a parent meeting. There would have been several of us here. At least Laura, Fritz, and I.
Okay.
Sorry, we
No,
didn't.
that's okay. Hey, Mrs. Hebert, do you have to run?
No, I gotta meet the show a little bit.
Here's, Lisa's having this problem. This is a Google Doc.
Like
Just
get into
into
my
her
documents.
docs, and that's all it's doing. That's all it's been doing. Have you been seeing that?
So can
This is the furthest we've gotten yet.